Western Youth Soccer referees. I'm Jeff Daniels, Western Youth Soccer Director of Referees. Today is the presentation for May 8th, 2025, and just wanted to go over this information for our weekly referee forum. Apologies that I couldn't make it to a live session yesterday. Sometimes got to do what we got to do to keep up in life. So we'll just go through this quickly and we'll have a chance to review it on the YouTube channel. So for some announcements, May 10th, so tomorrow, it is Referee Appreciation Day. I'll have a thank you card for each of you. And what I will be doing is riding around and trying to get to all of the games to hand those out to you as best I can. If I'm not able to get to you tomorrow, then we'll make arrangements for the 17th. Which leads me to the next one, the referee pictures. If you were in that picture, that will be available, same as all the team pictures that we took for the league. I will have those for you next week with more information on how to get that. Most likely, I'll just need to plant myself in one of the pavilions and have you come to me because there's so many. But I want to make sure I can get those out to as many of you as possible before we go into a summer break. One other announcement for if you are a standby referee and I move you into active status, I need you to be accepting that assignment so that I know that you are aware of it and have seen it. If it remains in pending situation or pending status, and I don't know if you've seen it, generally I try and call or text and make sure that you see that it's there. But if I don't hear anything back by Friday evening, I need to assume that I need to fill that spot. And so just make sure that you are going in, logging in and assigning that, or accepting that assignment rather. Okay, for a couple of shout outs for Valentina R and Liam F. What the coach said was the ref did a great job of calling the game and coaching the players. Overall, both referees did a great job. So good job to Valentina and to Liam for that achievement. And then as well, another coach said about Thomas, Bryce, and Tiancum, the coach said, spoke with me about a disagreement about an offside situation, held throw-in rules for both teams. So what was good here that I want to point out is, yes, there can be a disagreement, and then you speak with the coach and you explain what you saw and what your call was, and that is what the call is going to be. So you held your ground. I mean, not that there needed to be a huge fight or disagreement with that. It's just sometimes the coach wants to understand what's going on. And so we'll go over that in some of the opportunities next. But great job for Thomas and Bryce and Tiancum. Okay, for our opportunities, the season is moving along and the weather is getting better and a lot of things going on, various soccer teams, various plans for summer events, the end of school, testing. When you're in a game, please stay engaged. Referees don't walk around. Referees are running with the play and staying there, staying close, not in the way, but staying close to the play, wherever that play goes. If it goes from one side of the field, you need to move there. The other side of the field, you need to move there. If you're in a dual referee situation, then you need to be covering where you need to be on the field according to our diagonal pattern. But don't be trying to call the game from far away and don't be walking or seem disinterested. Stay engaged as we close out this season, and that would be great. The second opportunity, there should be absolutely no slide tackling. We've covered this before. This is well known and common. Our players often forget. So if you see it, then call it. We do not want any injuries. When that play is not called, it does make people frustrated. Parents get protective of their children. Coaches want to protect their players. I think we all understand that. The first line of defense for that is to call it. So if you see a slide, then blow the whistle, stop play, and award the ball the other way. If they're just falling down, that's obviously not a slide. So be close enough that you can tell the difference. But if they're going for the ball and sliding, leaving their feet, then please do call it. The next opportunity is be consistent with the offside calls. Some of the coaches feel, rightly or not, but they feel that certain teams are during a game that one side is getting more of the offside calls than the other. This could be a question of positioning. Make sure you're in position. Make sure that you're utilizing your ARs. ARs make sure that you understand the rules and what to look for and that you're in position. Just as a quick reminder, I know we've covered this many times before. As an AR, your position is you need to stay with the last defender. And if the ball gets past the last defender, then you stay with the ball. That becomes the line. So please just remember that, keep that in mind, study it all the time, and be looking for that to make sure that you're staying in position. And if you're an AR, wave your flag when you see it. There is a difference between a player being in an offside position but not playing the ball, and someone who's going for it. If I use the extreme example, if a player is really tired and they sit down and they're in an offside position, but they're not doing anything, I mean, they could read a book. That doesn't matter. You don't call offside on that because they're not influencing the play. Now, if the play were to move towards them and suddenly they're in the way, then that changes the situation. But when a player, maybe they made a run as a forward and they're still coming back, but they're choosing not to participate in the play if it suddenly switches and comes back. If they're not participating in the play, that's not offside. It's when they're making a play or impacting the play from an offside position, and that's when you call it. So just takes time to study and learn and recognize it. And over time, our coaches and parents will learn it more as well and have patience with us as we're getting there. But please be learning about that and be on the watch out for that. This did happen a couple of times this season. When do you blow the whistle to end the half or the game? You don't want to blow the game, the conclusion to the end of the game when you whistle, as someone is winding up to shoot or as they're in a final scoring opportunity. Rather, you do it when the ball is knocked out or is in more of a neutral position. There's not a scoring threat going on. That's when it would happen. Not just because your watch buzzes and the time, you allow that play to finish, and then you'll end the half or the game. I call it kind of in a neutral position where there's not a scoring threat, there's not a forward charge. But yes, that shouldn't usually be more than a few seconds. So if your watch buzzes, yes, I know we need to end the games on time. An extra 20 seconds is still going to be acceptable to allow that play to play out. What we talk about every week, blow the whistle louder and make sure you signal for all to see. Yes, you can blow your whistle quietly and the players will stop and you can let them know what the call is. But as I've said many times before, the coaches get most frustrated when they don't know what's going on, which means, yes, you need to blow your whistle loud enough for everyone all over the field to hear, every coach, every parent. And your signal needs to be big enough that they know what is going on. And so this is a confidence issue. Just have confidence. Don't think that just because the players are right there and they heard you, that is all that it needs to be. You need to be communicating with everybody, and that's the point of a whistle and the point of your signals. So please do that. One that came up is center referees need to always be in good position. I mentioned earlier that we're not walking, we're not looking from afar, we're not looking from a distance. Don't just stay on one side of the field. You need to be moving all over with the play. If it happens that one side line is not being as friendly to you, you still need to go over there. Don't just hide on the other side. You need to be tuning that out for the play. You need to be in there making the calls and communicating with your whistle and your signals. Have that courage and understand the authority that you have as a referee and that I've got your back. Okay. The next one is to actually call the fouls. It's been happening a little bit more. I don't know if players are getting more bold or confident or feeling that they can uh, understand what a ref is or isn't going to call. I need you to have the courage to call the fouls. Don't wait for a player to get hurt. Don't wait to see if a player got hurt. The fact that a player got hurt doesn't mean that that's the only time it's a foul. Usually, when a player is knocked down, there's likely a foul, and you need to call that. Um, so we're not waiting for a kid not to get back up. If there's a collision, you need to call the foul on the one who caused the collision, who committed the foul. Sometimes that's kind of tight, but you need to make your decision and you need to stick with it and move forward. But that will help protect the players. That will help coaches understand that you are in charge of the game, that you're not just letting a free for all go, and just encourage the enforcement of the rules of the game, the laws of the game. Um, if a coach asks for clarification on a call, and yeah, you can answer. It's better if the coach is asking respectfully, simply to understand and not complaining. Um, but when they're asking for clarification, when the ball is stopped, then you may go over and briefly speak with them that this is what you saw, this is the call that you made, and stick with it. Don't just ignore them. Again, coaches and parents will get most frustrated when they don't know what's going on. So help everybody know what's going on. Um, those are our opportunities. And over time, with more experience, it obviously becomes easier. But I encourage you to fine tune your craft. Ask me questions. I get a lot of questions every week. And I speak with you, a lot of you every week. Uh, please know that I'm a resource and use your game reports, the email, the text message, and I will help you to the very best of my ability to become the best ref that you can. Let's move on to our statistics. On-time percentage dropped slightly, 96.4%, still really good. Let's push for that the last 2 weeks to keep everybody being there on time. Our next two are our last two remaining 100%. So drafts in a full referee kit and the pregame inspection. Well done on that. I'm glad that it's maintained 100%. Let's keep it up. Pre-coach introduction. This one did go up, 83.9%. So congratulations on that. And then as well, the halftime introduction of parents is the highest it's ever been at 58.9%. Those are the two that went up. And I think that that's fantastic. Now the rest, as the season goes on, it is likely to drop slightly from time to time, but let's just keep an eye on these. Starting the game on time dropped a bit, ending the game on time dropped a little bit. Those are still really good. I'd like to see starting the game on time up closer to this 96 or 97%. It's important that we not ever let that start to slip. And it helps teams recognize and realize that we do start things on time and end things on time. And so they need to be on time. And that's how that helps. Foul is called timely. This feed goes back into the comment I just made a moment ago. When kids are getting knocked down or when they're slide tackling, when you see something, if call it. It's all right if you make that call, um, especially if you're leaning towards keeping the kids safe. And if a coach asks about it, you say, "This is what I observed. I'm trying to keep the game safe and enforce the rules, and this is my decision." And then you're able to move on. Play outline enforcement. I actually forgot to look at that one. I think that this should go up to 97%. I have to do a different calculation on that, but well done on that. I did stop by a few games and saw that that was being enforced. I could hear the referees from quite a ways away and seeing them move back, move back, move back. So well done to that. The one thing to remember is that the ball has to leave the goal box, the 18-yard box, before the other team can run up from their line. I did see one or two where the kids were back. As soon as the goalkeeper kicked it, though, they ran, and it was a slow kick. And so it hadn't yet left the goal box before they were already running up to get it. So make sure that your kids understand that. That can even be part of your pregame speech to them that on the play outline, they need to wait till the ball is outside the box. And again, just a reminder, this is for goal kicks. This is for when a goalkeeper picks up the ball. That's how it's stated in the rules. Okay. Whistle loud enough. I know there was some wind this week that may have impacted a little bit, but keep blowing the whistle louder. Realize just in the back of your mind that it's not just for the players, it's for the coaches and the parents all around, all over the place. And the more confident you blow the whistle, the more sure people are going to feel and believe that you know what you're doing. So that's the first step. Call seen from the sideline. This one also dropped a little bit. Make sure that you're staying diligent with that, staying engaged. Big signals, big motions. Everybody knows, and that's going to be helpful for you. Staying close enough to the play. Be where you need to be. Following the play around, keeping an eye on your ARs if you have them. But don't try and watch it from a distance, and don't be walking, like we learned in the IRF training, you want to earn your shower. You want to be tired at the end of the game because you also put in the work. And then coaching provided on the field. This one actually dropped quite a bit this time. So even though the season's going on, and even though the kids should probably know, um, if you even need to stop play and explain something real quick, like I called this foul on you because you slid or you left your feet or because you're sticking your arm out or you're pushing. Just it only takes 10 seconds. You just stop, you look the player in the eye, you explain that, then they know, and then you can move on. That's considered coaching on the field. It's possibly higher than this, and coaches just don't recognize that that's what you're doing. And I can accept that. But I do appreciate all the efforts that you are putting into all of this. As seasons go on, players become more confident, referees become more confident, but also there's just a mixture of keeping things in the right balance. We want them to play, and we want the laws to be enforced, and we want kids to be safe. So keep improving your craft, and you'll do great. Where I'm the only one here, there's no opportunity for questions, but always, as I mentioned earlier, you can email me, you can call me, you can text me, you can find me on the field. Feel free to ask questions. I answer them every single week, and appreciate when people do reach out to help with their understanding. So that's what we've got for today. Thank you for watching this video. We'll return the next Thursday for our last one, and we'll have a good celebration this week on Ref Appreciation Week. And I will do my best to see as many of you as I can. So thank you. Have a great day, and we'll see you in the field.